Hi, everyone. Welcome. Excuse my voice. I'm not feeling all that great.
Mm.
Happy Thursday. Hi,
Oh, hello.
Marilyn. Hey, Courtney. Kelly, it's been a while. Hope you're doing well. And I will send you that matzo ball recipe as soon as I get a chance.
Sounds like you need the matzo ball recipe in your
Well, I made
chicken
I made
in
a
your
big
chicken
giant,
soup.
yeah, made a big giant pot of chicken soup that I've been eating every day. Ugh, boy, oh boy. Give it a couple more minutes. I think we all are getting a late start
Okay.
today.
I had trouble getting in. It made me download a whole new thing, and then the thing kept going around and around.
It
So
was an upgrade.
I don't know. My brain is fried. I couldn't. But I'm finally here. Yay!
Yay. Yay, yay. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to talk too much tonight. I'm pretty much going to say my welcome and then hand it over to TJ to do all the talking. Give it one more minute or so. Oh, gosh. All right. I don't want to hold anybody up anymore. Um, I want to introduce Tijay Mohammed. I have had the honor of working with him with my classes in school this year. That's how we met. He was a resident artist and educator, and he taught my classes batiking with the actual, yeah, with the wax and the inking and we did 22 by 22-inch bandanas, and it was absolutely fantastic. And we were just like, I don't know, like soulmates when we met, and everything was just clicking perfectly, and the kids were enthralled, and it was the first time I had done anything like that with the kids before, and it was really exciting. Um, so after that wrapped up, the kids, I extended the project, and TJ was only with us for,
Ate this?
oh my God, it was only 8 days.
Yeah.
And the amount of crazy work that we did in 8 days was pretty amazing. And then I wanted to extend the project because I didn't want the kids to, excuse me, take home their bandanas and throw it in a drawer and forget about it. So I had them all make pillows out of the
Oh,
bandanas, and they went crazy for this project. And I think if I tell you, I have maybe 10 that were left with me, and everybody else took their pillows home and carried them around the building that day, and I've had compliments from teachers. It was a really, really big success, and I was really proud of the kids, and I was so happy to have met TJ, and get ideas from him, and his work is phenomenal, and he will show you what he does. So I'm gonna stop talking now because I can't talk anymore, and I'm gonna hand everything over to TJ. I might just, if I have a question, and you know what? If anybody has a question, please feel free to unmute and say it, because I can't do it tonight. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to put the spotlight on you,
Okay.
DJ, and we can see your lovely happy face. You're always so happy. And take it away, my friend.
All right. I'm first of all, I'm very grateful to be here. I'm excited to be here, and thank you, Stephanie. It's such a great honor. And when I told Deborah, the director of the program that brought me to your school, that I would be doing this Zoom, she was so excited and thrilled that, wow. So what we started in the class, it's now going outside of the school, and it's one of, I mean, she saw it as one of her achievements to have put me in your school. Plus, your students were also amazing. I share your the experience I have in other schools through our Zoom meetings. I said it was very short, but our production was huge. So I use that to encourage the other schools that, hey, you cannot work fast as they did, but you can do your best.
Yes.
And, because they have it once a week, but you compressed yours like 8 days in a row.
Yes.
So, yeah. All right, and thank you everyone for being here. Please forgive me if I mispronounce your names. I will try and do my best whenever, because I also like to look at the screen and mention names whenever there's a Zoom going on. Before I do my introduction, and I selected these two pieces because I have a lot of my works already wrapped. Four just went out to a show, one in Brooklyn, two in Brooklyn, two in the Bronx, and I have two which will be sent out later next week for Egypt. So I
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. So I'm always like wrapping my works, but I managed to bring these two out. One of them is a work in progress, and the small ones here, I also would talk to you briefly about how I use found object paper and fabric. Yeah, so before I jump into that, we'll do a quick check-in to see how everyone is doing. Your name. These days, we've received a lot of snow. Stephanie's not feeling well. What is keeping you, what is just moving you around the city? How do you navigate and how do you source energy and warmth? And if you're a teacher or an art lover, you just talk to us briefly about yourself. Then I would take it and introduce myself from there. Okay. Kelly, did I get it right?
Yep, I'm Kelly.
Okay, on my screen, you are the one on the right. So I'll take it.
I actually don't live in the city. I don't even live in New York. So, I live in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, so we have a lot more snow than you.
Oh,
Um, yeah, I don't know. I like obviously I teach art, so I teach K-12, and right now how I'm keeping warm is I cook. I love cooking, so that's kind of my outlet when I come home is cooking and baking and doing some fun stuff like that.
good. Thank you. Okay. Kelly, would you please pass it on to anyone on your screen?
Sure, let's hear from Meryl.
Meryl.
Hi. Uh,
Hello.
well, I'm just keeping busy making art because that's all I know how to do.
Mm,
But other people are better at walking and protesting and stuff, and I just want to send out good vibes and heal myself. So I'm doing art. I'm a fiber artist. I'm a wearable artist. I just finished a piece. Oh, maybe I can put a picture in the chat. I just finished a piece that I think is the best piece I ever did.
Wow.
far as wearable art. And I'm entering in a show that I won first place for last year and the year before. So fingers crossed for this year.
Good.
And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm really happy. I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. I don't have any kids or husbands to take care of, and I'm just doing art all day, every day. Yay!
Meryl lives in Virginia.
Virginia. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
there was 27 here yesterday, and I'm from
Wow.
New York, and I
Mm,
moved to Virginia because it wasn't supposed to ever get to 27 or snow.
mm.
And here we are. So
Wow.
I didn't move far enough south, I guess.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, who'll be like Meryl, please, you can on your screen. Who would you want to hear from?
Oh, I have to pick somebody.
Yes,
Well,
from the family.
I see Joanne.
Okay. So I'm Joanne. I'm in Vermont. Uh, what I've been doing for warmth, well, the past 2 days it's been sunny and it hit 25 degrees. So everyone's been outside because it's 25. So that's like very warm
The
right
heat wave.
now. But just snuggling my dogs. I've got one sleeping. He just woke up. There you go. Um, I am an art teacher, but I do not have a job right now. I've been doing long-term subs, and I had surgery at the beginning of the month, so I'm just taking time off where I'm allegedly making art.
Mm,
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Haven't been doing much art making though, but I need to. So yeah, that is me.
All right, great. Thank you.
And thank you for being here. And yeah.
Well,
I think Courtney, you're up
well,
and
Oh,
you're with
mm,
us. Is
is
Courtney with
if
us?
Courtney is able to share.
okay.
Courtney's hiding.
I know sometimes I'm like eating dinner, so like often the beginning of these, I'm
Mhm.
making my dinner and listening from like another room. So
Okay. Yeah, so let's see. Stephanie, did you share anything regarding this yet? I know you had an intro, but let's hear from you something. Oh,
Um,
okay.
okay, well,
Please,
we
yeah.
did get one more person. So, it's been cold as HE double hockey sticks in New York. In the driving to work earlier this week, I think the coldest temperature my car registered was 13,
Mm,
which was crazy.
wow.
Um, I literally paid my neighbor to shovel out my car because I can't shovel anymore because I'm old. And I would have ended up crippled if I had done that.
Mhm.
But this has been a rough few weeks with all this cold and snow. And I mean, we haven't had this kind of a winter in a really long time in New York, so I'm sure we were due, but
Mm,
I don't love the cold weather at all. Except for blankets and nice sweaters, they can keep the cold. I'm not a fan. And obviously my body doesn't love it either, so
yeah. All
hi,
right.
Kathy. Thank you for joining us. We're introducing ourselves a little bit before TJ jumps right in. If you can hear me, can you introduce yourself a little bit for the rest of us?
Yeah. Oh, wow. I just saw it. Something from Kelly.
I
Oh,
can.
okay, nice. And Meryl, I'm looking at your wearable. This is amazing.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It reminds me of a Nigerian artist called Bruce Onobrapea.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's considered, I mean, we call him the godfather of printmaking.
Oh,
Uh,
cool.
yeah, by now he's maybe close to 100 years now.
Wow.
Because yeah, and he's been all over Africa. I knew him through a residency that he runs in Nigeria, in his hometown, where it's a huge mansion with different studios and different facilitators will come and lead with different workshops. And a lot of his works now, some of his students are turning it into prints.
Mm.
Yeah, and because of this Nigerian history of fabric, he's becoming more popular on how he does his printmaking. He's turning them into like 3D sculptures.
That's cool.
Yes.
That's cool. Well, this is made out of approximately 1,000 separate pieces of fabric.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great. Okay, so I will take it from here, and should anyone join us, we will be excited to hear from them as well. So, here we go. My name is Tijay Mohammed. I was born in Ghana. I was born in the middle, somewhere around the south, no, sorry, the north, going towards Burkina Faso. So my migration starts all the way back that I know starts from northern part of Nigeria. But later when I went through the oral history that I received from my dad, I used that to travel all the way back into the north, and I was able to locate their family house, and I found everyone who was there. So through that, I also realized that we had link to Ethiopia, which I haven't been yet, but I'm still gathering more information to uncover that part. So I'm doing it little by little. And the more I dig into knowing my ancestors, um, the more it starts to make sense what kind of art I'm doing today. Like Steve Jobs said, it is you can connect the dots going, backward. So each time I dig more going backward, I'm able to find different information. And when I bring it forward, I think, wow, so maybe that's why I'm doing this and that. I grew up in a boarding school, which I love. Anytime I mention boarding school, I know some people, due to the part of the country where they grew or part of the world, they don't have a beautiful experience. But from age first grade, so before 7, I was in a boarding school, and the women that took care of us, we called them aunties, and they would display the role of our mom. It's a Catholic boarding school, St. John's Preparatory in Ghana, and I was there all the way to high school. And during that time, being a Muslim in a Catholic school, my dad received a lot of criticism from his friends and the neighborhood, because they say, "Oh, an imam, and you send your children." Not just me. I was the last to be in the school, but I had other cousins, and my dad took care of other family members, his brother's kids also. So I would be in the school with them, and he was heavily criticized. But today, I understand why he did that, because of this separation. He wanted us to know that there is more than what we know as religion and what we know as community. And in many parts of the world that I travel with my art, there are times where there's nobody there's no Muslim in the room, or there's no African in the room. And I'm able to relate with them because of the school that I attended as a little child, and then being raised by some of them were nuns, like how they gave the love that they gave us. And I would respect all of that. So today, when I work in senior centers, now older adult centers, it reminds me of all of that beautiful experience I have. Some of these aunties, I would never see them, but only one I saw, and I believe that was the last one I saw in our group, the group of aunties who took care of us, but she passed before COVID. So after that, they're all gone. So working with these centers brings me back all this love, and I feel and remember the way they would take care of me in spaces like this. What kept me going in the boarding school is art. So I would always nap time, we used to call it siesta. I would always draw and create my own characters. Just kept doing and doing until a point where I met a French teacher who was also the music teacher. He loved art and he would always play his guitar in like the bush, and he will find me, working, making my own characters with the sticks as a little boy, and we'll just have conversation. Through him, I began to love French, and I studied French a little bit. Um, then I graduated, went to Ghanata College of Art and Design, which was then it was the only art school, like 100% art school in Ghana, beside the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, where they have an art school, and the other universities also had. But Ghanata was only art school. Through that, I developed my art. It wasn't acceptable in the beginning, but my parents, my dad, mom, and immediate cousins, they loved what I was doing. I went into art just for the love of what I was doing. Now, the work that I'm currently working on is about my childhood memories and what I used to use to make art. And working with kids in different schools also helps me remember how much I would create during those times. So my dad accepted, he loved it. And then religion nearly took me out of the art lane. But then I had the support of this same person who was heavily criticized for taking his kids to a Roman Catholic school. He said, no, as long as I want to do art, and then that is what makes me happy, he's happy to support me. Then my mom also took care of her brothers and her sisters who did not understand. And she made a statement which always lived in me, that they should leave me alone to do what I want to do as long as that makes me happy, and not going around the neighborhood, because I grew up in a neighborhood that was less like a slum, and there's a lot of, if you Google Nima, Nima, in Accra, Ghana, that is where I grew up. So there was used to be a lot of bad influence. So having stayed on my art lane made it like everyone was just excited for me to have found something that I wanted to do. And then I started making art. I excel. I met my godmother. She told me about coming to the US after my first solo show in Ghana, the National Museum of Ghana. Immediately after school, I had already planned a show which was heavily supported, although the first round of sponsorship didn't work. And I kept pursuing, and I finally had the show and donated to the children's ward of the largest hospital in Ghana, Kolebu Children's Hospital. And I took that as a responsibility. And also, I call that show Stage One, meaning the first step that I'm doing as a toddler in this field. And I wanted to give back to them. Through that, my godmother told me about coming to the US in 2003. I did not accept until 2013, when we had a show at State College on the campus, because she's a professor there, and she would bring her students to Ghana every summer break. So through that, I loved it, and I said, okay, this will be a bigger space for me to practice. And then that became my story. And today I'm here in this lovely room. Um, I'm very grateful to be here to share space with you. Anytime I'm in a space like this, full of like minds, I'm excited. And this is like the joy, the healing aspect that I get from making art. I would go, right, let me see, flip the camera here. So this here, it's a steady piece that I made. I would go closer. A steady piece that I made. When you go on my website, there is one of the pieces that I worked for the school construction authority. So this is the steady piece that I would do with different paper, different color scheme, experimenting on what it would look like. But the piece is currently, it's a huge piece called Respect for All in one of the schools in the Bronx, which is a commission by the school construction authority. It's paper, and when we go closer, that's watercolor. So I print these to get the shades. And then I work out of magazines, flyers, and different papers that I will collect from the supermarket. Also, one thing that I thought I should add is the maps. So I would collect the New York subway maps and incorporate it in my work. In other pieces, I would incorporate maps of Ghana and places that represent my identity and places that I visited. So it would have scraps from pieces of maps from different places. So recently, I started thinking of how to turn my collage into relief sculptures. This is on a board, and this is the side of it. It's a 2-inch wood, but I mold. This is fabric, but inside the fabric is a plaster. The plaster is also covered with uh, no, the mesh comes first, and then I plaster on top of the mesh before I collage. And then I do this series where I'm adding different ornaments. This here is from a series called I'm My Ancestors' Wildest Wish. So there are a lot of these, and the fabrics, which we will talk about when I'm ready to start. It's also telling that same history. And this collage, paper collage works that I do in other like workshops, like the senior centers when I'm working with them. And now I begin to work on canvas because I think each time I make it on paper, I end up losing it. So I'm creating a body of work through these workshops so I can preserve them and show it one day as part of my journey in the US. Um, Now I'm back here where we would start making our collage. Before then, I would ask if anybody has any question before we jump into it. This is going to be a very quick collage. It's very simple to make. You can make it in different forms when we finish, and you can just tweak it and make it your own when you're working with students or centers.
I actually have a question.
Okay.
Sorry. When you are doing your paper collages,
Mm.
how do you store everything so that you know where it all is, or you're looking for specific things? What is your storage or organization method? Okay.
This is my organization method.
Okay.
So when I have interns, last year I was lucky to have a lot from Lehman College. And this, I do color separation. So each one would have different colors. So sometimes they messed up. But I'm lucky I have my daughter who always liked to do stuff. So this is a magazine I took from Georgia, Gwinnett. And when I give an intern one magazine, you just go through and separate the colors according to the colors we see here.
Okay.
Yeah, so and sometime I would also separate them in zip block bags here. So this is how I do my color separation. And when I'm ready to work, it's just like paint. I take it from there. And I use acrylic gel. I use heavy duty acrylic gel. But when I'm working on the fabric, I water it down about 75%. So it becomes more fluid. And that way it doesn't leave like the gray, ashy stuff on the fabric. But
Right.
on paper, it's okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Okay. Is there a chat? Okay. We're ready to jump on. Okay, so
Yes.
the project is called Ubuntu, and Ubuntu means it's a humanity statement, which means literally I am because we are. And in 2017, I was doing a residency in South Bronx, and each project I develop, I create a workshop out of it. So I do a lesson plan to show a step by step on how to do it. I use that component to teach my students. I also use them in the older adult centers. But during COVID, I was very lucky that I sold some of my lesson plans. I did videos with them and sold it to Staten Island, um, uh, is that Snack Harbor, the ones that are in charge of the after school program. So, and also they also sold it to through the DOE. So the videos were sold and were bought from them and sold to DOE or however they did. I gave them the right, and the lesson plan was just free for the students to access. So each project, I would create a workshop out of it. Then came Ubuntu project. So the Ubuntu project is collecting scraps of fabrics. I collect tons of fabrics. I have like boxes of fabrics that I do not buy, but I collect from seamstresses. So that is the leftover and use that to create my tapestry, like what we just saw. It's a fabric, a kente fabric, but it was given to me by a Senegalese who had visited another seamstress and heard that I was collecting scraps of fabrics. So she gave me that. And this is the workshop I created out of using the fabric. The background is fabric. That's my daughter here and her friends in one of the workshops I did for this. And this is her piece, actually. It's still uncompleted, as you can see, but she would work on this every weekend and put stuff on it, take it out, and just keep working on it. And um, so this is a 7-year-old did this. And the step each time I do it, I try to reduce the stress in making it. So the picture is printed on paper. And my print is this one here, who is my niece. I think she's 11 now. Salma, she's in Italy, but she always loves to make art. And I encourage her to make art by using her pictures to do my art. And when I shared with her, she's always excited and she kept doing it. Now she's also learning swimming. So the project is about making a portrait of somebody that you love or somebody that you want to show appreciation for something they've done to you. The one I presented um, for the flyer, she's my godmother. She's Grace Hampton. So she's the reason why I came to the US. And when I did that piece, I did it during a workshop with Penn State students. And I used that to show appreciation to her for having to see the future when I did not see it. So before you do this project, if you do not have fabric, you can use wallpaper to do it. You can use wallpaper samples. There are some places where it's difficult to find fabric, so you can use that. What I also noticed is that you can use your old watercolor paintings or old paintings that sometimes are damaged. You can cut them out in like color separations and use it for in place of the fabric. But I'm using fabric because I want you to have the feel of the original work that I started with Ubuntu. And it used to be, the pictures used to be printed on heat transfer paper. Then, because I'm working in schools, working with little kids, I thought I can use paper, and that happened to work. So, what you need to do is you need a piece of fabric, cardboard. Recycling is very important in this project. If you can grab boxes. I grabbed mine from this Amazon box that I received. I cut the 10 by 10 to use today. I collect a lot of stuff. So some of this stuff I might not use, but I have a lot here. Accessories. This is also a donation from a quilter who donated these squares. I have cowrie shells, I have starfish shells, I have beads. This is also shells and tons of fabric. So we need that, and you need a cutting tool. So scissors, it could be anything that you can cut gently. If you're working with kids, just be careful with the scissors. And I'm talking not because of everyone in this room, but those that will see it later and would like to do it with little kids. So any sharp tool, just be careful. And I have hot glue gun, extra ones here. And I also have glue sticks. I love using the glue sticks because it helps you finish the work on time. And what else? Yeah, I have brushes, Sharpie, and pencil, which you might need or not. It's okay. If you have liquid glue, you can apply gently so that it dry while you work. Heavy accessories, I advise using hot glue gun. If not, working with little kids, this is something I also discovered, self-adhesive glider foam paper. You can use that. The kids will just peel and attach to their. This is also rhinestone self-adhesive. So without hot glue gun, you can still make this project work for, thinking about accessibility. Not everybody can use a hot glue gun. Not everybody can use beads. So self-adhesive is very accommodative in this project. So I would, before we continue, is there any question from the house? Okay, good. So we do step by step. Step one, we identify all the supplies that we need, and the making process. Our cardboard is going to be cut to a size that will fit. Our fabric is going to be cut into the size of our cardboard. So here I have this one, which fits perfect. It's pre-cut. I discovered that on Amazon you can get, yes, good, thank you, I just remembered. So this pack here I got from Amazon when I was doing a workshop for Van Cortlandt Park. And the scraps, I use them for my studio work. So I checked on Amazon, they have this fabric. You Google African wax fabric, you will find pre-cut ones. This is 10 by 10, and you can either do it into 8 by 8, or you can get a big one and cut, but it comes in, I think this comes in 50 bucks. So it's very easy to get it from Amazon if you want to do your classes and you don't have enough fabric. Um, but
I'm
I
sorry, can you repeat what that was called again? Like this was
African wax fabric.
wax fabric. Okay, thank you.
You Yeah. So I'm from my scraps. I have this fabric that I love because it just came from Ghana, and it was a donation by an artist who she's, I think, Mexican artist Jessica. She but British, US based Mexican artist. She went to Ghana for a residency and she bought a lot of the fabric. When she came back to the US, she tried to use it for her work, but sometimes it didn't add meaning like how she wanted it to. And she thought I would be the best person to use the scraps of what she had left. So she gave me a leftover, a lot of them, and I would cut from this for my project.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And each fabric has a meaning, but due to time, we would not go into that. The floral design fabric are mostly used for weddings. Um, this one is a kente fabric. It's fabric, but the original one is hand woven. Its history is over 400 years. Each pattern has a design. The zigzag is a symbol of diversity and also dynamism. Then we have this one, it's also another shade. Those are called kente fabric. Kente is spelled Kente. Kente, yeah. Kente fabric. You will find them in different forms, and some of them would have different shades. And I know, Stephanie, we had mentioned about dashiki when I was there. Dashiki is also, I don't have the scrap here closer to me, but it's one that is also very popular. So what I do is that because I have a lot of fabrics, um, I would place my picture on the fabric before cutting to see what it would look like. Because I have a lot, I can do that. But if you're doing it for like a whole class with little kids, sometimes you can do grayscale for your picture. And then every student would just use any fabric, like you get what you get and you don't complain. So when you give them the fabric options, because the picture is grayscale, it would go with every piece that you give to the students, and it helps solve a lot of problems. So here I'm going to cut from this one here. I use my cutting tool. So if you are making this while in the Zoom now, please feel free to pause me when I talk because I'm just working fast. But this is something that is done very slow because we're all like artists here. I just try to keep moving. Please let me know if you have any questions or you want information about where to get some of the materials that I'm using here.
I have another quick question.
Okay.
You had mentioned that when you were creating your relief collages with the fabric, that you start with a mesh. What kind of mesh is that?
Um, I also get, it's two types. One is the plastic mesh. It's just like a mesh. Before we finish, please remind me. I would grab one and show you on the screen.
Okay,
Sometimes
is it
it
fabric? Is it sorry, plastic or metal?
the metal one I use sometime, but I also use the one that's like plastic.
Okay,
It's sometimes used at home inside the drawers. You know, when you have like the drawers, you use them like a mat.
really?
Yeah, I've seen people use it as like a carpet in their drawers for where they keep like cutlery sets.
Okay,
Yeah. And the reason why that became I use that more is that it was easy for me to have the fabric feel when completed more than the wire. The wire mesh, you can get them in different the gog from Amazon. It's
right.
where the last one I bought was from Amazon.
Okay.
They have different ones. And also my okay, somebody just came in. Also what the plaster, I use the plaster strips,
The gauze.
the
Okay,
gauze. Yeah, so that is very easy to wrap the mesh.
okay.
Yeah. And it gives it like a very good finishing. And I don't sand it down because I'm collaging the fabric. So here I have my fabric
Uh-huh.
ready to glue. I'll use stick glue. I always encourage participants to use a lot of glue for the fabric.
So you've done this with all age groups from
Yeah.
elementary all the way up to senior citizen groups, you said?
Y- Yes, the youngest group in like formally in a school is third grade. Third grade is done.
Third
No,
grade. Okay.
no, I think it's even second. Yeah, second grade. And when I'm doing it in a public, like a public festival, I do it at Pinkster event, Juneteenth event,
Hmm.
that I get different age groups. Some are little, very, very little. And I also advise the use of plastic scissors and also the scissors for left-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I realize that now it's very helpful when I have all of it in a public event. Everyone gets served during that. And so my fabric is bigger than the cardboard. So I would just wrap the piece in the back, put in the four corner, wrap here. So this is complete. Just this is an artwork on its own, but I have my paper, a picture printed on paper, already cut to save time. And when I was looking for what part of the fabric to cut, I wanted to put hair afro in this design. So what I would do now is trim a little bit of hair afro, and it's not going to be mad because she has a lot of afro here on the fabric that would complement that. And in few minutes, I will check on everyone to see what you're working on, what picture you have, and how that picture relates to you. Like this one here, this is Salma. She's in Italy. She'll be excited to see me use her picture again for my projects. And I will use this cardboard to prevent the glue from going everywhere. I'll just use this quickly. Again, use a lot of glue. Using a lot of glue only makes your work steady on the fabric and it keeps it flat. And after different seasons in the house or in the office places where you gift this, sometimes they peel off. But if you are doing it in a studio and you have Elmer's glue, that is very good. And this is my picture. If you notice in here, the picture is not like straight. I don't want to worry too much about that because I'm going to cut another fabric to change her clothing. And this part is where you look for a contrasting fabric. So here I have a lot of floral in the background, and I would use this kente fabric with a lot of yellows to create a new dress for Salma. Just like this. This is where I need my pencil to cut the neck. I like how her shirt is going a little off, but I would fix it for her. Yeah, to make it normal here. And instead of showing her sleeve, one sleeve is not showing. It would look weird. So I would just make it like she has a very big grand boo-boo. Like that. And scissors comes next. Cut through.
Do you seal your works with a gloss medium or a matte medium when you're finished?
Yeah, for this project, I seal with two kind of sealing. One, depending on the printout, if your printout is inkjet, you would want to use oil seal. But for mine, I seal with acrylic gel. When it's dry, then I seal with a gloss spray.
Okay.
Yeah, I just did one last night. I'll show you what it looks. So this is a new series that I'm making. It's silhouette. Remember in my intro, I talked about my ancestors having to come from different places that I don't know. I'm imagining that I know them, and I'm creating silhouettes with different fabrics. So closer to the screen, you can see it's some shine. Now, the fabric has acrylic gel on it. When it dried, then I came with the spray, and I use the archival. I use this too. There's this one that I like. It's low, very low odor. This one is nice. And then this also get the work done, but it has a strong like a fume when using it. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so we're changing the dress for Salma. And when we finish, we'll give her some beautiful necklace. For this piece, I would not do that, but again, if you want to go you can go overboard, like you can let it go past your square. It makes it more beautiful when it's on the wall. Like if it's here and your dress just go like down and this part is like flare, flowing. It also gives it a very nice finishing. So I'll give Salma this dress here. Again, I'll use my cardboard to help. I'll put the glue behind this. Remember to use a lot of glue. For those who just joined us, if you don't have fabric, you can use paper to make this project. If you want to make it more fun, you can use design paper, wallpaper samples. I get a lot of them, not to advertise, but for Michael's, they have a lot that I bought for a lot of projects. Like I said, the back, I don't want to leave the cloth floating. So I would just fold it to the back here. And while this dry, I would cut another cardboard with the same size to give it a very nice finishing for the back. This is what we have for the back. But I will cut another fabric to cover all this happening in the back here. So just leave it to dry and by 10. Okay. I'm using hot glue gun, so I'll turn it on for now. If you're doing this workshop for a birthday celebration, which I sometimes, well, I've done a few birthday parties where the participants, it's a small birthday. So, they take pictures right there. You have a printer and everyone would just do a quick collage with the picture they did at the birthday celebration. Sometimes it's very beautiful for them to go home after the birthday with a gift that they made themselves. So if you're doing that, you can hold. Let me cut this quick here. Wow. So for the birthday celebration, maybe you don't have a lot of supplies. So you can do a small one, like a 5x7. That's very perfect for a birthday party. And if this goes to the back like this, it will give it more durability. And while my hot glue gun warms up, I would create a stripe here. Borrowing from sustainability and being environmental conscious, this is going to be my hanger. I'm going to put this in the back to hang the picture. And that would be with the hot glue gun. So I'll let it warm up. And at this point, let me see if there's anybody working on anything they would like to share. We have a few minutes to hear while my hot glue gun warms up. Okay. Is there anyone who wants to share? Marilyn, what are you working on? Merrill.
You're muted, Meryl. Meryl, you're muted.
I got glue all over the place, so I'll show you in a minute.
Okay. So while you clean up, let's hear Kelly, do you have anything to show us?
I haven't gotten too far yet.
Okay,
So
nice.
I got my fabric on my cardboard and I've got my photo on, but that's as far as I've gotten so far.
Oh, that's nice. I love the colors. You just went cool.
Yeah, it's kind of grayscale right now. What's
Yeah.
up?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so this is the fabric is actually my family is Finnish, so the fabric is a Marimekko fabric from Finland.
Wow.
And then this is a picture of my grandmother who would have been 100 years old a few days back. She's passed, but she would have been 100 just a few days ago. So I thought it was kind of a cool way to put those together. And now I'm going to add some brighter pops of color.
Yeah. Wow. Nice. Thank you for sharing. Okay, let's see. Please feel free to unmute if you have anything to share. I know Meryl is cleaning up, so let's see if my
Not
heart.
cleaning up. I'm in the middle of the throes of creativity.
Okay, I thought you had a lot of mess with the glue.
Well, that's what happens when I'm in the middle of creativity. There's a mess all over. But I'm
Nice.
happy.
That's beautiful mess. Okay, so I just did this. I remembered how we just say in class, roll down the glue before you put the cap on. So here, I think, yeah, it's ready. So to seal the back, I will just make sure everything is nice and steady. And this gives it a nice finishing on the back. And sometimes that is where you can put your lovely message and present it to the loved one. There are times where you can put it also in the front. So I put glue around the backing. And then the Amazon box just goes straight to the back like that. Press it down, Now it gives it more weight and you have a beautiful backing right there. For the hanger, I would create just cut a long strip. I had one here. All right, so from the scraps, I would just cut a long strip, put it on the back to use for the hanger. So just measure. Again, I'll put my glue. Then right there. Okay. I have this extra, so I'll just put that in the back to seal this. If you're doing this for like a corporate group where you don't have a lot of time to create this in the back, you can buy them in stores. There's these hooks that you can put in the back. You just put it. Um, what I realize is that when you make an artwork complete with the with the hanger in the back, it encourages people to display it on the wall. Because sometimes they will be like, oh, I'll go to the store to get a frame, and it will stay for another 2 years before you know it's in the basement. So I like to make it complete, and especially for my collage, I would make it complete to the extent that all you need to do is put it on the wall. So trimmings, very important. I would check. I found this trimming somewhere here. I'm just trying to see if it will work. We're doing all of this on the go. So here, and okay, I think this is going to work, right? What do you
Yeah,
think?
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
good. Yeah.
good. So I'll do this trimming here. Again, I'm using hot glue gun. So just put it. Um, like that. And what I just realized is that instead of putting it all the way at the top, I'll move it about half an inch down to create some humor in it. So I have two outlines. So yeah, first one down, and then next one. Again, for accessibility, this one that my daughter used, it's how do you, it's self-adhesive here. It has like glitter, and all you need is to peel and paste. It's very good and it's very steady also. So that's from the gift from arts crafts shop online or Michael's.
Is that washi tape?
Yes, it's like a tip, yeah. And this goes right there. And one thing you can add in your artwork is colors that the person love. For Selma, I know she just love anything because she when I see her art, she's making and using different objects. I asked about favorite color. She's just everywhere, but I know she would like pink. So the trimming is would what has pink on it. And if there's any message, I can put it in the back, or I can create another layer here, or even use fabric markers to write them in between the colors. I know the one I did for my godmother, I had message all over it, which I use fabric markers to write on. So right there, I'm almost done with this one. Voila. So here we go. Currently, this is
Ah,
what I have.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. And now let's get Salma into Meryl's accessories. So I would now look for all my accessories. I found a crown here. I would just put a crown on my somewhere here. I think right there. You see, self-adhesive. 1, 2, you're done. So right there. And these ones here, I got them from materials for the arts. I know Stephanie, you go there a lot.
I was
So
actually there 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
yeah. So I went there to shop for yarn for some projects. So I thought this would be perfect for this project here. And
Those are cute.
yeah, thank you. So let's see. All right, this is where I need your input. Let me see, 2, 4, 6. All right, so if I should do this, that's too much. All right, it's a collaboration. You can help me finish this here now. What do you think? We put maybe 2 or 1 or 4.
I
Let
like the corners.
the corners.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's do this, a collaboration. So I'll maybe put it back a little bit so we can distort our square. Only one yellow. Maybe I'll switch this one to the yellow. No yellow. Maybe go up here so it looks like the sun is shining.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe this instead of the white. All right, so we're ready to glue it down now. Apply a lot of glue and then boom, right there. A lot of glue. And then this goes down right there. Another one. More. Yeah. Okay. One more. Right there. Okay, so that is done as well.
Those would look cute with buttons in the middle.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a million buttons to choose.
Let me see. Okay, then we'll go for buttons.
is she gonna get a necklace?
Yes, that's a good idea. Let me work on the necklace while I look for buttons for this ones here.
I can show you mine now.
Yes, let's see it. Okay.
Let me spotlight you. Hold on,
Okay.
hold on.
All right. Here. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Wow,
Beautiful.
that's wings, right?
Yeah,
Oh, that's nice. I like the glitter effects.
yeah. And there's little hearts.
Oh, that does. They also have pictures in them.
Yeah.
Good.
So
What is the story?
this is Renee Nicole Good,
Mm.
who was shot in the face in Minneapolis.
Oh, the one just recent?
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
that's her little 6-year-old son.
Oh.
And those pictures here were taken with the beach behind them. And when he was that age, she lived here in Norfolk. She was going to Norfolk University here.
Mm.
And
Oh.
so I expect that those pictures that I used were, I live right here on the beach. So I suspect those pictures were taken really close to where I live.
Mm. Wow. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm planning to put rhinestone stars all over because I'm a rhinestone kind of girl, and
Mm.
But I didn't want to put them on yet because I put my rhinestones on with glitter t-shirt glitter paint. And when you put them on, it has to stay flat and you can't hold it up vertically. So I have hearts and stars, and I just put a blob, usually of silver
Mhm.
t-shirt paint, and I just blob the rhinestone in there.
Wow. Looking
Marilyn loves
forward.
anything that's glittery and sparkly.
Mm. There's an artist, Damali Abrams. She's called a Glitter Princess. That's one of her brush name, Glitter Princess.
Yeah, I couldn't find cardboard, so I actually had a canvas panel, and I used.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good too. That's
That's
good.
sturdy too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And it was a cheap one I didn't want to paint on.
perfect.
Yeah. Let me see how to get Salma some beautiful necklace.
I'm inspired to do this weekend.
Oh, nice. Okay, so here's what I found. I think it would add to the history of Selma. So Selma is her dad is Ghanaian and her mom is Italian.
Oh.
So yeah, I think I found some cowrie shells here. Maybe I'll use that and arrange them like necklace around her neck. Um,
The pattern looks like a collar.
mm, this one here.
Yeah, it looks like the collar on her shirt.
Yeah, true. That's true. Yeah, yeah. So, and then for cowrie shells, I would use my hot glue gun again. I found these coins here. There are times that online you can get these um coins. I also sometimes use them as accessories to outline the artwork.
Oh no, my car keys got hot glued to it. I have a red
God.
neck.
Artists at work.
Yes.
Okay. And if you're doing this at a birthday party, sometime you can make like all the guests could collaborate on one piece
Mm.
and then they can all like sign around it for the birthday girl or boy. So let's see if this works. Okay. Maybe for now we can manage with this. Someone could manage. If I had a necklace, maybe that would have been great. But I can do this and I have a starfish. Let me see. Oh, maybe I'll do this one. Yeah. Stephanie, how
Yeah,
are we doing with time?
we have technically 4 minutes, but we're okay. We could go over a little bit.
Okay. This is for my necklace right there. And then they go just one after the other.
She's gonna love this.
Yeah. Right there.
So cute.
Yeah. When my studio in Ghana, when her mom used to visit Ghana when I was like active working in my studio, her mom would always volunteer in my studio, like doing something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But that was before Selma was born. Okay. And yeah, with this, I think I can leave this like this, but artwork, sometimes you just keep going. Yeah. So, yeah, if anybody wants to talk about what they're working on, that's a great place to hear. But I think for now I can leave it here, unless if anybody has any suggestions for me.
I love it.
Rhinestones.
Okay. All right, let's do some rhinestone.
You know what I tell my students? I tell them, do you know how you can tell if something needs glitter? And the answer is if it doesn't have any.
I'll take that.
I like the starfish when you put it down.
The starfish.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so anyway, it's a collaboration. I'll use a starfish. This one I'm saving it for something really special because it comes only one in here. So use this starfish. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, there's a fresh one here, right there. Yeah, this one.
Perfect.
Mm. Okay, and Mr. Glue. And you fit right
Mm.
there. Yeah.
It could have
Okay.
a rhinestone in the middle.
I knew you were
Okay.
gonna say that, Marilyn. I knew it.
Stephanie, you knew because the work did not have a rhinestone.
Right.
Exactly.
And actually she could have rhinestones on her crown too, and I know she would like that. Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. Woohoo!
And this is a soft adhesive, so it's easy. Even these ones could go in the back
Oh
right
yeah.
there. And let me look for maybe a yellow one in here. Actually, I can look for a star one instead. Right there. And then the small ones go in the back. They can go maybe around here, right? Okay, Steph, I think we're just going to keep going, but when it's time, I know this will never finish because looks like I just began.
You
You
could
have to
sure,
put a rhinestone at the top of her crown.
yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Rhinestones all over. I don't think you have enough rhinestones there.
yeah, I, I should wait for you to mail some to
Yeah,
me.
I probably have extra.
Steph, I thought I was the glitter queen, but I think Meryl is, she beats me.
Yes, Merle won.
They
That's
used to call me the prismatic princess when they wrote articles about me in the magazines because I sold a product that was holographic glitter that you could stitch down to fabric.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mm.
it was cool. They don't make it anymore, sadly, so I'm hoarding all that I own.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, it was quite a business for quite a few years.
Wow. What magazine were you published?
Oh God, I don't know, tons of them. Yeah, back then I was in the magazine every couple of months for
Mm.
quilting and embellishment and stuff like that.
Wow.
Oh,
So
you're famous.
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
I'm doing a quilt project with Riverdale Senior Center.
Ooh,
Yeah, in the Bronx. It's going to be about the 250 years anniversary.
ah,
Yeah, so yeah, I would share the link so just for you to see it, but it's still work in progress because we had our first session last week. Some of them do not know how to, they cannot, because of aging, they're
mm,
unable to stitch. So
oh,
some of them will create the artwork and then we'll find like quilters to collaborate with them to help stitch it. But already we have beautiful like sketches so far, like designs, because it's going to tell a story of the mainly the Bronx, but it's
oh, cool.
yeah, a lot of them live in Riverdale. So the neighborhood has changed a lot. And they're going to feature some of the old stories that used to be in the neighborhood. Most of them have landmarks that they remember.
Mm.
Yeah, restaurants that are no more. And some of them said they just can just by talking about it, they just remember, you know, how the bread smell, the aroma that came out from that restaurant, the bread.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's going to be a very historical piece. That's cool.
Yeah. In 19, I think maybe 50 years ago, they did one, and then about 70 something years ago, they did, and they've been doing different ones. And I know in 1976, they had one. So there's three quilts already done
Wow,
that we are referencing the history. And we were lucky to receive the city grant for that. So,
that's cool.
yeah.
In the 1980s, I did a reciprocal quilt exchange with students in a school in Ukraine. And I taught all the kids to draw their pictures of peace onto fabric, and then we turned them into quilts. And then
Wow.
we exchanged them. So the school in Odessa, in Ukraine, has the quilt that the kids here in Virginia Beach made. And then the kids here in Virginia Beach had the quilt that the Odessa kids made.
Oh, that's
very
nice.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
it was cool. It was the first time a reciprocal quilt came back from
Mm.
another country. A lot of times people sent quilts and they just sent them and it was just send one quilt. But this was the first time it was an exchange.
Mm.
It was cool. And I did it with my daughter's it was my daughter's first year in public school. She was in sixth grade, but her father died in a plane crash on her first day of first grade, and so I never sent her to public school till sixth grade. She was in private schools that were a little bit more sensitive to,
Mm.
situation. So when she was in sixth grade, I couldn't afford private school anymore. So I started her in public school, and I thought, well, a way to help her connect with the students in her class would be to do a project. So I did this project with her class.
Wow.
And then, yeah, and that quilt went to school 119 in Odessa.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to put rhinestones on
All
mine.
right,
Mhm.
Meryl,
Rhinestone.
Meryl, I apologize. I don't have rhinestones, but here's my finish. I did
Oh,
have
wow,
some,
I love it.
Okay, let
so I
me
did have some glittery washi tape.
Well,
see.
I'm so sorry. If you put your email in the chat, I'll send you some emergency rhinestones.
Virtual rhinestone.
That's funny.
I love it.
Emergency rhinestones. I love that.
I love this. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah.
What is the size?
It's actually quite small. It's probably
Mm.
only, I don't know, like 4 by 5 maybe.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it
Um,
can go on a table.
yeah, these pieces here that I did on the flowers on the side, those are actually cut out of a napkin. So I didn't have a lot of really good fabrics right now, but I had some cute napkins, so I used napkins instead. And
That's nice. Yeah.
yeah,
And
and then
who's
I
the
used
person? Who's the
this my
person?
that's my grandmother.
Wow.
I used the lines that I did in the background. I actually used my Posca pens because
Oh,
I didn't have a lot of stuff at home right now with me, but I thought,
I
not too
love it.
bad.
love it.
Love
I
it.
got to put my hanger on the back though.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much for sharing.
Anybody else want to share?
Oh, baby.
No,
Did you do one?
me, no. I'm not up to playing around right now. I said I would. I was inspired. Maybe this weekend I'll put one together.
Well, thank you for,
Mm,
soldiering through and not even canceling tonight, Steph.
Oh,
mm,
I couldn't
yeah.
cancel. I was too excited to see TJ and have you guys all meet him. And yeah, thank you. No,
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here. I'm just ready to go
Yeah.
pass out when we're done here.
I just put another picture in the chat. It's another wearable art piece that I made, and I
Mm,
used the leftover pieces that I didn't use in the wearable art, and I made a wall hanging out of it.
wow.
You're a genius.
So,
Thank you.
The quilting
wow.
wizard. The quilting
Mm,
wizard,
So
yes.
that picture is not to scale. I should have done it to scale and made me bigger,
mm,
but I was trying to show the quilt mostly. The quilt is only 24 inches by 24 inches, and I actually made it in a day because
wow.
all of the little piece together pieces were already done because I had done them for the jacket, and I just took the ones that were left over that I didn't use and sort of slapped them together. And that,
Mm,
look
wow.
at the hanger.
Nice
Mm,
hanger. Good job.
wow. I thought this one here.
Joanne, how you doing? You look like you're working on something.
I am, but I'm doing something totally different. So it's just more of a ripped up collage thing, and all the pieces are on top of the art.
Mm.
I just got very inspired by seeing all your drawers of scraps, and I'm like, I'm gonna make a collage.
Perfectly fine.
That's,
And no,
yeah.
this is a fabulous project, and your work is beautiful.
Is
Thank you.
oh, you guys have to go on his website. Oh,
Let
let me
me see
type that
here.
in. It's Art of TJ, right?
Yes.
It's art of TJ.com.
Yes, it is.
Com.
Out of
There
TI.
we go.
Mm.
His work is phenomenal.
And let me see this one from the Riverdale.
So we are at 8:40. So I think we are all can we see your beautiful face again, TJ?
Okay, here we go.
There he is.
Uh, Let me.
Would
Yeah,
you like to introduce me?
I was just gonna say I'm gonna head out, but goodbye
Okay.
and
All
thank you very
right.
much. I
Thanks,
appreciate this.
Kelly. It was good
Thank
to see
you.
you again.
Nice seeing you too. Hope you feel better
All right.
soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This was so fun.
Mom, we actually all introduced
Oh,
ourselves. at the beginning, which you missed. So
I know. Well,
you can do
I'm
that now if you would like, very quickly.
yes, I'm Roberta, and I'm Stephanie's mom. And
Oh,
I'm a former teacher, former art teacher,
yes.
retired.
And we're expecting you at the school. Stephanie, you remember when the kid said she could visit?
Yeah, and then all I could think of is mom doesn't get up and do anything before 1 o'clock. So
Oh, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you so
It's
much for
nice to
showing
meet
up.
you. I've heard so much about you.
Thank you.
yeah, the kids' projects were fantastic, and
Yeah.
we all had fun. And TJ and I worked our butts off together during that. Uh,
Yeah.
it was amazing. So I want to say thank you again for sharing your time with us and your expertise. And I would love it if you could put me on your mailing list for your shows and stuff. That would be great if you have
I
one.
Oh,
I
me,
will.
me too.
Okay.
Steffi will
Thank
send it
you.
to me.
I
I'll
will.
forward it to you. And it was really good to see everybody. Um, be on the lookout. I think I sent out a mailing for next week's
Mm,
session. So make sure you check your emails. And TJ, best of luck with everything. And
uh,
we will be in touch for sure.
yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
This
welcome.
was so fun. Thank
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very excited to be here and I look forward to your next project. I will try and catch some of your classes. This is fun and
That
I
would
love
be
your
great.
community.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Uh,
All right. Stay well,
all
everybody, and
right.
stay safe.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All
Bye.
right. Bye, Mom.
Bye.
Stephanie, I just have a question.
Yes.
I know that you've been saying on the different posters that you're not awarding whatever credit.
Yeah.
Are you still able to send out the certificates just for proof that
Those were coming directly
from,
from the people who were doing that. I mean, I guess I could make one up for you.
well, the other question, because I'm in Vermont, so what I've had to do in the past, if say I attend a workshop, like an art making workshop, I usually just create like a little paper thing and then I have the person at the workshop sign it off that says I was there for this many hours. And then I submit a copy of that to the Vermont Department of Ed.
Uh,
So I don't know if that would work or what would be if
you can do that if you want.
okay.
Actually, you know what? Do you have my email?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Why don't you email me and I'll see if I can come up with something a little more formal that I can just email out to everybody,
Okay.
anybody that asks.
Because
Okay.
it's like again, it's more that we just need to document it ourselves and like usually it's I just write like a half a page like letter saying this date, this many hours, this person. Sometimes I'll do like a couple sentence description of it and then I write their name and then they just sign that I was there.
You
Why
could
don't you
all you
send a
could also
copy of that to Steph?
Okay.
yeah,
They
you
shouldn't
could
have
do
to do
that.
it.
And you could also print out a copy of the flyer that's attached to the
Yes.
email.
Yeah. That I do and I know the way Vermont works. And the like if you just submit a flyer that doesn't fly like they legit need to have a signature or like trans it's like it's yeah
Send me what you send
okay
and I'll see if I can work up a formal
and
template for
if not
myself.
I mean these are still wonderful anyway but yeah
Thank you. Thank
thank
you.
you
All right, you got it. Good to see everybody. TJ,
Bye.
thanks so
Thank you.
much. All right, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Steffi, feel better.
Thank
feel
you.
better yeah
Yeah. I love your shirt.